Hi everyone and welcome to Miss B Maths Teacher channel. Today I'm going to talk about solving sine equations algebraically, and this is part 2. So the first one that I was planning to do is sine of x take away pi over 6, and it's equal to negative half, and x is between 0 and 2 pi, so the domain is 2 pi. So this is solved like like the other functions that maybe you have seen in part 2. Pretty much what we're gonna do, so we're gonna take this part here, so and that is like our angle. So we're gonna just write here x take away pi over 6, and we're looking, so this is our angle, and we're looking for what values of this angle sine is going to be equal to negative half. And as I said before, maybe you have seen in part 1, so sine negative half, we are talking about y coordinate. So, and y coordinate is negative below the x-axis. So if this is here negative half, let us have here approximately negative half. So if I go across, so this is negative half, you can see that sine is negative half. So we can see from here that is going to be equal to 7 pi, 7 pi over 6. That's this one here, 7 pi over 6. And it is equal another one, which is, okay, go back. Just give me a second. Okay, so it is equal to 11 pi over 6, which is this one here. Okay, and again we're gonna just add plus 2 pi k plus 2 pi k. As I said before in part 1, sometimes we do have to check for more solutions. Maybe the solutions that are outside the required domain, just to see if they are within or outside the required domain. So now we have on left hand side, we have x take away pi over 6, and what we actually want, looking at this one here, we want x by itself. So what we're going to do in order to get rid of negative pi over 6, we're going to do the same like you would do in solving an equation. We're going to add pi over 6, and we're going to add pi over 6 on this side as well. Please note, this is not the same as multiplying. So by multiplying, we multiply every single term of an equation. Here is just eliminating by plussing both sides by pi over 6. So this is going to give us, this is going to go, we're going to end up with x equal to 7 pi 6 and plus pi 6, it is 8 pi over 6, and 11 pi over 6 plus pi 6 is 12 pi over 6, which is actually 2 pi. All these values are when k is equal to 0. K equal to 0, 2 pi times k is 0. So we can see now, if we do substitute k equal to 1, so what's going to happen? We're going to have values bigger than 2 pi, and we are not interested in those as they are outside the required domain. So if you want, we can try. So we can do that. Let's try. K equal to 1. So we already had x equal to 8 pi over 6 plus k equal to 1. Substitute. It's 2 pi times 1. It's 2 pi plus 2 pi. This is equal to 8 pi plus 12 pi over 6. It's going to give us 20 pi over 6. And another one is 12 pi over 6 plus, again, 2 pi 6, 12 pi plus 12 pi is 24 pi over 6. When we simplify this is going to be 4 pi. It's way outside our domain, so that's gone, crossed out. 20 pi divided by 6 is more than 3, definitely is gone. So we are left only with those two solutions, is this one here and this one there. Okay, let's move to another example. Now we have here sine of x over 2, x divided by 2, equal to square root of 3 divided by 2, and the domain for x is between 0 and 2 pi. Now we're going to do the same thing as we have done before. So we're going to look for an angle, sine of an angle that's going to give us solution square root of 3 divided by 2. Now this one is positive answer, and because we're talking about sine, we do know that sine is positive in first quadrant and the second one. So first quadrant and the second one. Now I'm looking here, sine is the y coordinate, as I said before. So I can see, okay, square root of 3 over 2 is here, and there's another one there. So I have two values of square root of 3 divided by 2. And I can see that x over 2 is going to be equal to pi over 3, and another one here is 2 pi over 3, and then plus 2 pi k. And k is, if I didn't mention on the previous slide, so k is an integer and has the values of 0, plus minus 1, plus minus 2, etc. So now what we have on left hand side, we have x divided by 2, and we are interested in only x. So what we're going to do next, we are going to divide or multiply this by 2. So multiply, which means we have to multiply every single term on the right hand side. So this is going to give us, it's going to give us x is equal to 2 pi over 3, and what's this number here? It's 2. Okay, it's 4 pi over 3, okay, and then plus 4 pi k. Now, when k is equal to 0, so this part here will be eliminated, and we're gonna end up with those two solutions, okay? Now, however, when k is equal to 1, let's have a look what we're gonna have. K is equal to 1. So x is equal to 2 pi over 3 plus k is equal to 1. We substitute here. So 2 times pi times 1 times 2 is going to be 4 pi equal to, and another one, x is equal to 4 pi over 3 plus 4 pi equal to. Now, we can see that we are actually adding 4 pi, to both equations, and we have a little bit of something here, and plus 4 pi, definitely it's outside our domain. So actually I won't be bothered, calculating this, because definitely there are not solutions for this sine equation. So we only have 2, which is 2 pi over 3 and 4 pi over 3 within our domain. Those two here that we have, I'm just going to mention, if we do have, if domain is not given and we're looking for infinite solutions, definitely those two would be included and we would have more solutions. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.